Yeah, that was a great play by him. I'm happy for him.
You're happy for him that he made a play that kept your team from winning the game. Get Trevon Diggs off of my team. Get him off my team. All right, y'all, let's get right into it. Y'all already know what time it is. Welcome back to Attack on Cowboys. Let's jump into our Week 4 sound after the Dallas Cowboy, man. The Dallas Cowboys in an instant classic stalemate with the Green Bay Cheeseheads. Let's go ahead and take a listen, and y'all be sure to subscribe for more Dallas Cowboys content just like this on the regular. Man, shut your up. All right.
Craziest game you've ever been involved in the NFL?
A lot of games for me in the NFL. It's definitely one that I will remember, and I think I'll remember it because I'm so proud of our guys' fight. But golly, I wanted them to get that win, and so I think that's what I'll take away from it. I mean, to come in and play that team. That's a damn good football team we just played, and our guys just battled for 70 minutes and the ebbs and flows, and so I told them how proud I was of them. It's a tie, and I really don't know what to say about that. But yeah, I'll remember it for a while.
I think all of us pretty much feel the same way, man. Like, everyone's like, kind of like, well, I mean, it wasn't a loss. And honestly speaking, bro, when it comes down to playoff tiebreakers, having a tie on your record is better than having a loss on your record, especially if the same amount of wins as another team. So I'm just saying.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Is this kind of unfulfilling because
no, it's not. Y'all are not about to take the air out of our sails, bro. I hate our media. I hate everything about our media. Instead of asking that question, how about you slant your questions more so positive, considering nobody in America gave the Cowboys a chance to win this game, bro? I hate our media.
the loss, you've been tied for last in the division, and you think about, you say championship weeks, you need wins, and this is a little unfulfilling for you right now.
Look, we got to learn how to win. This is year one of our program, but when you have the fight, Calvin, that these guys do,
in other words, shut your bitch ass up, Calvin.
Battle and just fight for 70 minutes plus two weeks.
Well, you and Clarence Hill old ass need to go to Happy Homes retirement, bro. Real talk. We got to get y'all up out of here.
Really in a row at home. We're building something special here, and no one in that locker room is happy. No one in that locker room is fulfilled. We didn't win.
Old ass.
And
old ass Krusty's only want to be negative, bro.
There's definitely things to clean up, but I would be remiss if I said I wasn't. I'd be remiss if I didn't say how proud I was of them in their fight, and I wanted that for them. But man, NFL football is hard.
The last throw from Love, what's the teaching point for Sanborn? You got to look where the ball is, or because it hits him, I think, on the backside.
Yeah, he's a carry player trying to run down the middle of the field. It's tough. They're trying to get speed on there, and man, I wish he would have bounced around for another half a second or so.
Not for real.
But yeah, it's hard because you have to match speed with a guy that's faster than you, and it's hard to play defense with your back turn. But again, I think this is going to be a lot of really good things for us to take, and there's going to be a ton of corrections on both sides and special teams. I think the discipline and the penalties bounce back. We have to be better with that. That starts with me as the head coach. Goes on next to the coaches and the players, and you just can't shoot yourself in the foot. But I say it every week, man.
Shotty looking like us. Bro, my chest was literally hurting, bro. Like, that game was not good for my health. I know Jerry ass. He had to have a nurse right on the side of him because that game was not good for me. I had a headache. My stomach was hurt. It was a lot going on, bro. I know them boys in there. They don't know how to feel emotionally after tying.
It's the same. And it's almost midnight right now, right? So I've only got a few more minutes before I have to move on to the Jets.
Brian, you had a lot of young guys step up for you that some hadn't even played much to get you to this point, scoring 40 points and almost winning the game.
Yeah, I think the depth of this football team is something we're really proud of, Mick. I think it's next.
Got to get a front office credit and Shotty. They definitely went out and got more depth because you couldn't even tell that offensive line was missing two starters. And a speedy recovery to Tyler Booker and Cooper Beebe, but Brock Hoffman and TJ Bass, they played damn well in their stead. So I
Man up mentality is real.
Credit.
Everybody uses that as a saying, but I mean, shoot, you go into this game and you're down, BB and Booker and guys like TJ Bass go in there and battle, and then CD's down, and next thing you know, Ryan Flournoy and Jalen Tolbert and guys like that are making plays, and Shamar James is finally playing some football, man, and yeah, I mean that gets you excited,
Shamar
and these
James
guys.
is finally playing some football, man. So that sounds like somebody that Shotty may have wanted to see, but he just hasn't had a chance to get on the field yet. Interesting.
Need to play Nate Thomas. I mean, then we lose Guyton late, going into overtime. It's like, okay, next man up. And you go in there and against a really, really good defense and an excellent defensive line. I mean, these guys, I thought, just competed their asses off. And that's the sour thing for me because I wanted to win for them.
We talked about the secondary issues going into this game. How do you think they played overall?
I need to look at it. I mean, I really do. I think, plagued by some of the same things. We got to, limit people to field goals in the red zone. Got to get off the field on third down. We did some good things. Finally won the turnover battle. James Houston, incredible rush, right? That was huge. And the sudden change thing. So, we talk complimentary football. I think that was a big part of it. And, I mean, the blocked field goal or the extra point was huge. I mean, that's where the momentum swung. I mean, you guys felt it, because we were kind of struggling a little bit on offense, trying to find our way. And then that was a huge play. And was it Wanye that got it? Did Wanye get it? Yeah. And that kind of jump-started us, man. And next thing you know, you go from a defensive battle to a shootout. And we can win any game, any way, any style that we have to, but we just got to find a way to win. And that's what we're going to be teaching these guys. Show them where we can be better. Show them.
Yeah. Hey, I love bro, as a fan, we are literally watching a new program, a new team have to learn how to win the right way, bro. I love this, bro. I love this.
Hey, man, if we do this, this, and this, we do win that game. If we cut back on a couple of penalties, or if we tackle a little bit better, or if we don't,
if the defense gets off the damn field, we win that game, bro.
Give up the third down conversions and things like that. Then we will find a way to win. And I do believe this. I think once it all comes together, I think we're gonna win in bunches, and they're gonna come in multiple weeks.
Process on not starting Diggs tonight.
Yeah, again, we're talented. He's been banged up a little bit. I've been a little tough on Trevon, just in terms of the consistency and things like that. But man, I thought he played really well tonight. I'm proud of him.
Shotty said he done clank on Trevon ass.
And again, it's similar type thing with other guys. I mean, this wasn't, it wasn't just us picking on Trevon. Trevon's a hell of a player. Trevon's a huge part of what we're trying to do. And, I think at the end of the day,
I like it.
We talked about the guys that stepped up in this game. And again,
I like it. Sitting Trevon Diggs' ass down, especially even seeing him making business decisions in that game. And then after he made that business decision, like somebody went and talked to him, and he started throwing his body at the ground, still not tackling properly, by the way. But,
I can't tell you how proud I am of those guys for answering the call the way that they did. And when you do that, guys, you're going to find a way to win, and that's coming.
I'm sorry. No, can't that. No.
Who's taking over?
Brian, your thoughts on Clowney's play when he was in? He made some big plays.
Yeah, again, I talked to JD after the game, and he was hard on himself. He said, I'm knocking the rust off, Shotty. I'll be better. If that's knocking the rust off, man, that's I'll take 2 of those. But he's fitting in great. He really is. And like I've talked about, I love veterans with experience that are willing to talk and teach the young guys because we need that.
Coach Chris Haynes from Fox 4. Is there a common denominator with the penalties?
No,
that you can see?
Yeah, Chris, I'd have to look at them. I think too many pre-snaps. They called a lot of penalties. I mean, it was that type of game. But the ones that, again, like the face mask on Sam, I mean, that was a great rush by Sam. I mean, that's a great rush, and Jordan goes to escape, and he's trying to make a play. But the pre-snap ones are the ones that we have to look at. I think, we were off on the cadence a couple times, and those are the ones that you got to nip in the bud.
Are you a patient man?
Depends on the day.
Clarence Hill, DLLS Cowboys. A couple of questions. Trying to catch up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll wait. I'll just stay here and wait all night. That's fine.
No, for real, though.
Just talk about the decision,
Hey, get your crusty ass out of here, Clarence Hill.
going forward there.
The one we converted?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you converted that, you scored that.
Yeah, what was it? I think it was a 4-point lead. They had a 4-point lead. So, you go for it there because if you don't make it, and you can hold them to a field goal, you're still down 7. I really like the play call. I like the way Dak was playing. I mean, if there's a better quarterback playing right now than Dak Prescott in the league, I'd love to see him.
Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Shotty. That's what the hell I'm talking about, bro. Dak Prescott is 100% playing like the best quarterback in the NFL, y'all. Real talk, bruh. Real talk. Yo.
But, just a lot of confidence in our offense.
We're going to go into depth on that this week, too.
And, it's great when, you have the trust in those guys and then they reward you with some of those decisions. But we knew if we could get to really, I think we were talking about, 4 or less or 3 or less at that situation, Clarence, we were going to go for it.
What did you do to neutralize Micah? I know you guys were getting the ball out quick, but it seemed like you neutralized it for most of it.
You're asking Micah questions.
I'm not going to share with you our Micah plan.
Yeah, shut your bitch ass up, Clarence. Hell, shut up. Yeah, I'm not going to share with you our Micah. Shut up. Quit asking about him. How about that?
What a great player. I hate I didn't see him. Micah, if you're listening, I know you probably are. Love you, brother. What a great player, man. But I'm not going to. We've got other Micahs, and I hope to see Micah again. I hope we see him down the line here again in January.
Pickens, you talk about the game he had and how he stepped up and played CD.
Yeah, he had that type of week of practice. I told you guys last week, I think I shared with you guys, I think GP was a little bit, when CD went out last week, I think it kind of like, whoa, where's my guy? Where's my buddy? The Mario brothers, right? And, man, he just had a great week of practice. And they didn't have an answer for him. And it's rare for that defense.
Please quit using that Mario Brothers nickname. That shit is corny.
Because that defense, Jeff Hafley does a great job. LaFleur does a great job. It's a well-coached team. But, when he's one-on-one or even two-on-one, he's got the ability to catch the football and make plays in space. And proud of him. I really am.
He looked like he.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but he got me a water today, so we're okay. We'll look over it.
He looks emotionally drained, man.
We'll look past that one. Yeah, others too? Yeah, there's two.
All of us. Yeah. Like all of us.
Tommy Arch, DallasCowboys.com. Cavante Turp and Jalen Tolbert with some of the bigger catches down the stretch. Just what did you see from them today? And Turp had the 45-yard return too. Just seemed like in every big moment somebody was there for you.
That's what we want. That's what we're trying to build. I mean, that's why you have training camp and practices, and you do routes on air every day. And every day you throw certain routes, and Dak throws to everybody, and they have to make those plays. And but we talked about a little bit earlier, Tommy, just the number of guys that stepped up. I mean, and it just shows you Dak's just reading progressions. It's not trying to force a ball to CD or Georgia. He's just going through his progressions. And I thought both Flo and JT had huge plays for us, and Fergie did Fergie things. And when your young guys are making plays, that's very exciting. And we had a lot of young guys play very meaningful snaps, and that's how you develop them. And they get confidence. Nate Thomas, he'll come out of this game. We'll see. I don't know how many plays he had. But he'll come out of there with a lot of confidence. Marist on defense. I mean, wow. That hit on special teams is Marist, right?
Yeah, Marist.
I heard.
Marist lit boy up. And that was another momentum shifting type of play right there, too, because I just knew they was going to go down and get a touchdown after that. But they didn't. And the offense came back and responded. Marist lit Buddy up.
That one.
He lit him up.
But the fight in this team is special. And we're not satisfied at all because we didn't win, and winning is the only thing that matters to us. But I'll go to war with those guys any day of the week.
Coach, Sidney Staples, D210 Sports. Maybe you could say it's obvious what gives an offense momentum, like scoring touchdowns, but what about a defense? What gives that side of the ball energy in times where things might be slow to start off?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, there's a lot of things. There's big hits, there's sacks, there's turnovers, there's 3 and outs. All those things, you feed off of that. And, I felt that at times. I really did. I felt that at times. I thought the James Houston play was a huge thing in this game. And, they feed off one another. That's the other thing, Like I thought there was a couple plays that, Kenny Clark made. The guys were excited. I saw one play where Osa made a great play. And the other thing you got to love about this team, look at K9. K9 goes down, and next thing you know, he's back. So tell me that guy doesn't have grit. Tell me that guy's not wired the right way. That here he is limping around, and he's like, nope, I'm going back out there for my teammates. And again, I'll go to battle with him any day.
All right,
Love it. All right, y'all. That was the head coach, Brian Schottenheimer. Before we get into the players, a word from our sponsors.
Shotty schedule. They said, what's in the cup? It's a shotty.
Football's in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower in specific stat categories like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns. And if you get your picks right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Now, this week for myself, I'm going to be placing my picks on the Monday Night Football games. So Breece Hall is set at 56.5 rushing yards against a very lowly Miami defense. I'm going to go higher than 56.5 rushing yards. Now, in order to make my entry valid, I have to pick at least 2 players from 2 separate teams. So we're going to go Tyreek Hill getting lower than 66.5 receiving yards. I'm going to place a modest entry right here for just $6, and that's going to give me a 3.53 times multiplier and gives me a chance to win $21 if this entry hits. Be sure to download the app today and sign up using promo code AOC to score $100 in bonus funds or entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code AOC. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 or older and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. Appreciate your Underdog for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back into the show. All right, let's see what some of the players have to say about this 40-40 tie, man.
You anticipated it being a game that played out this way?
Nah, most definitely not anticipated this way. But like I said, we can't complain, can't control. We can only control what we can control. I feel like we executed well on offense and defensively. We stopped them just enough, I feel like.
Do you feel like it's time to do away with tie games in the NFL?
Yeah. Well, just for me personally. I know NFL, organization, it's a good look. But for me, I want to win or lose, one of the two.
You guys didn't have CD tonight, but you stepped up like you normally do. You want to see, you talk about some of those catches that put in the last touchdown because that was...
I'll probably just say just get my route up, and then after that, run after catch. You know what I mean? Especially knowing the situation too, knowing like the DB gonna overcommit, and it's the end of the game. We trying to score. If we can score, we can definitely get a lead.
Can you take us through the catch before halftime? Double covers outside line.
I think it was the guy was pressed. It was man. The safety, the ball just hung up to let the safety come over in time, and I feel like just making a great catch. Like I said earlier in the week, trying to make plays with Dak with CD being out.
How important was it?
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of trust, and I feel like what I can control as me as a playmaker, that's gonna make him trust me more, making the plays.
Yeah, I'm about to say Dak and Pickens, they cooking right now, y'all. Dak and Pickens cooking.
For you and Dak in this game, it took it to about the 5-minute mark in the second quarter. You get reception that all really came off the bat.
Yeah.
It was really a switch to flip tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely, with C, like I said, with C being out, they're definitely looking at me to get me the ball, and it can come whenever it comes. So like you said, it wasn't getting the ball at first, got through a go ball, knocked the ball down, and then after that, just get the rolling.
Talk about the game that Shotty called. It seemed like it was down. Somebody had surprised trick plays in there as well.
Yeah, definitely situational. You always want to think situational in a football game, and I feel like Shotty did a great job at that today.
Tolbert's catch in front of your line.
I was on the other side. It was a mirror route concept, so I had the same route he had. But when I looked back over and he caught it, I was like, wow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I definitely thought we was going to get the dub after.
Hey, real talk, I thought we was going to win after that, bro.
We already down there punching in.
How important was it just to get the offense going again after, kind of like the slow going to Chicago?
Yeah, definitely it was good for this game for us to get going. And like I said, always at a away game, you got to deal with extra circumstances. That's kind of another reason why we started slow in Chicago. You got to deal with their crowd. They're playing cover 2. You know what I mean? We got a certain scheme that we had. Then CD got hurt. You see what I mean? So life just happened. So I feel like today is definitely a surplus for us on the offense side.
Hey, George, from a personal standpoint, I know there's a lot of football left this season, but the first month, what have you proven to any detractors about your potential and how you can flourish in this offense?
I'll probably just say being a great receiver. Just no matter kind of where I go or where I land, myself, George Pickens is a great receiver. So I feel like that's what I show people.
With the fit into the flow of this offense, is that?
Yeah. Definitely the flow of the offense. Different type of offenses give you the ball more. So I definitely say the flow of the offense, let alone Shotty calling perfect situations.
Not for real, though. Shotty was cooking, bro. I love that GP is giving Shotty his love. He was cooking.
How weird is the line right now?
I never really, out of all my years playing football, I've never heard of a tie or any of that. Honestly, I'm not sure. You guys probably know better than me if that's new or something, but I don't know how to feel, bro. I just, next week, next game, I guess.
Should we change the rules for the tie, even if that means you lose at the end of the day?
Yeah, I mean, I think the fans and including you people want to see a winner and a loser. You see what I mean? So, but
I ain't gonna lie to you. GP, you can be with yourself on that one. I'm cool with a tie on this one. In this game against that team, with the situation this team was in, if they went into 1-3, I'm cool with the tie because, again, a tie is better when it comes down to playoff tiebreakers. When you have the same amount of wins as another team, but they have more losses. A tie is better, bro.
Honestly.
You said earlier this year.
I just feel like the game can continue. More events can happen if you let time on the clock and let the game continue. So I won't say better or worse, but it's definitely new. You know what I mean?
You mentioned earlier this week that all it takes is one game, especially on the primetime stage, to change the narrative. Based on the game you had today, do you feel like you changed the narrative over last week?
For me personally, I'm perfectly fine. But for the others, like the media people, I can't control what they think, but it's up to them.
For sure. No, real talk.
Very emotional game. Hate that
James Houston, y'all better give that boy some love, man. Give him an interview.
But you take your L's and just make them lessons and continue to build this a long season. So excited what we got in this room. Thank you.
You got into a lot of third down zones, so that's a positive, obviously. But then they got first downs and a lot of third downs. How do you guys kind of look at that? Is it like, man, we're close? To kind of get off the field, or like
we got to get off the field. We got to get off the field. There's no if we close, there's no more victories. We got to get off the field on third down. That's how you win. That's how you know what I'm saying. That's how offense doesn't score points. So we're gonna continue to attack that and make sure that we can get off the field on third down. So yeah.
And with that in mind, is it making more frustrating when it kind of starts to stack up as a down and third down again?
Yeah, of course. That may demoralize you a little bit, but it's a long game. It's a long series. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep going, no matter.
How do you think you guys did it,
Damn, they gave that boy a super short interview.
And some better communication just as a team this week in some meetings.
I think it was better. I don't think they had some big plays, critical moments, but they got the screen game going a little bit early. And they hit some runs like in that overtime that we definitely won back. But again, I'm proud of how we fought as a team and everybody going hard and all that kind of stuff. But if we can match that effort with the details and everything that we're doing, we're gonna be a problem.
We gonna be a problem. We gonna be a problem. Real talk, kid.
How does that feel right now?
Man, that's another one of the. I said the Giants game was a crazy game. One of the craziest games I've been a part of, and I mean that's a close second, if not the first. So yeah. Yep. Yeah, I tied like my fourth year. We played the Vikings, and they missed a field goal when we tied.
There's a lot of talk after the first game. No moral victories, but you guys played Philadelphia really tough. This is a really tough Green Bay team. You guys played really tough. Can you take things away, even though it's not
Yeah, I mean, of course you always want to win a game, but I mean, 1-2-1 is a lot different than 1-3.
Yes, it is. Thank you from a veteran who's been on competitive teams, who have got out there and wanted the playoffs, and bro. Exactly. 1-2-1 is a lot different from 1-3. Thank you.
I mean that's the bright side of it. But at the end of the day, if we don't get nothing fixed, if we don't get like our communication and the details and all that kind of stuff fixed, it's not gonna mean nothing. So I'm proud of how we fought, and I mean, like you said, we played against the Eagles and played really tough. The Packers played really tough. We got to just match that energy with the same energy that we playing with. We got to match that with the discipline. I mean, just making plays. And they all comes from different levels of the defense. If guys out there making plays and having fun early in the game, 3 and outs, just get everybody hot, get everybody into a flow. And just at the end of the day, we got to just tackle better. We got to do a better job at tackling. They threw a lot of screens today, which was surprising. But yeah, I mean, we just got to get some stuff cleaned up. And just be locked in on our keys. I mean, if our offense is, they've been scoring all year. I mean, crazy amount of points. If our offense keep humming like that, we should be able to win a lot of games.
I don't know a team that
real talk. The defense got to support the offense at some point, bro. Real talk.
Is this game what you expected whenever you played the Packers? Is this everything you imagined it would be?
I knew it was going to be a tough game. It was going to come down to the end, but definitely wasn't expecting a tie. We would have definitely loved to win this game.
How weird was it to play against your former team?
It was weird. It definitely was weird, but I mean, football is football. As we got into the flow, it was good. I mean, as the flow came on, and ball is ball.
He was definitely a huge part of it for sure, just knowing how dynamic he is. But, ultimately, Coach put a lot of trust in us to, handle those one-on-one situations when they arose. And, I think the guys did well. I think Dak did well, distributing the ball. And I think guys who stepped in,
Hi, Tyler with the fresh twist.
Drives like Nate Thomas, and, TJ this week with Book being down, Brock this week with BB being down again, just did a great job.
What about the play where you went full Superman and just got enough of him to hold it? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do know. Yeah.
Crazy athletic play.
I mean, if that's the word you want to use, but yeah, that was part of the plan for sure. I knew, I told TG, I'd be with him, all game, I'd be looking over there. So, when that happened, I was just trying to do whatever I could to, protect Dak. So.
How was it seeing Mike finally getting kind of a face-to-face reunion with him?
It was good. I haven't seen my brother in a long time.
Man, shut your bitch ass up. I heard it. Why? Shut your bitch ass up. I haven't seen my brother in a long time. Shut your bitch ass up. Business decisions, Diggs. Yeah, you made that business decision and let the Packers even get into position to tie the game up late like that or take the lead late like that. Your ass lucky Dak Prescott came out there and balled again, where the game would have been on your dome top. And the last thing we would have remembered was watching you not even try to tackle a guy, man. Diggs, I don't care about the 2 late tackles you made. Yes, you made 2 late tackles that ended up helping the Cowboys run the clock out. Ultimately, we didn't get off the field, but you did make 2 very good late tackles. I will give you that. But, bro, the up and down of it, the inconsistency of it is killing me. Killing me, bro. And shut up. I knew him and Michael probably went to a strip club right after the game. Or went to the club or something right after the game.
It was good to see him happy. Glad he came out the game healthy.
What was it like for you?
Glad he came out the game healthy. Shut up! It's not your teammate.
I don't think you started tonight. Was that a health situation or what went into that? Were you surprised by that?
I did.
Yeah, maybe. A little bit.
And then how would you assess your play tonight? You did come in and you played a
Oh, yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, because you're not physical enough, Diggs.
amount of snaps. Yeah. A lot of it looked like you got a lot of man opportunities.
Yeah.
You played a lot of stuff on here.
Yeah. You talking about how I played when I got in?
Yeah.
I think I played pretty good. Do you? I think I did pretty good.
No! Quit avoiding tackles.
Okay, we're still right.
Yeah.
This defense can get a stop in the second half. What do you attribute that to?
You played good at times. Quit avoiding tackles, bro. You played good at times.
We played a great team today. I think we just gotta get off the field.
Man, trade him. Trade Diggs. I trade Diggs. His mind and his heart is not in it. I don't care what y'all say. Trade Diggs, bro. Trade Trevon Diggs, bro. While he's still healthy, while he still just made a couple of positive plays, trade his ass right now, bro. His heart and his mind ain't in it.
On third down, I think that's the main part. Once we do that, we'll be
I hate his demeanor.
Where have the improvements come from defensively? Have you seen any over the course of the last couple of weeks?
I feel like we executed more. I feel like we
gave up 40.
Getting the defense down.
You gave up 40.
Going to take a little bit, more. We got to dive in a little bit more and, get it done. We've been giving up a lot of points, so we just got to control that and, get that done.
Facing a quarterback like Jordan Love, what did you kind of see from the way he was extending plays and keeping things going?
Jordan Love is a great quarterback. He got a lot of talent over there. He was extending a lot of plays, doing what he did.
Diggs already preparing himself for his arrival to Green Bay. Jordan Love's a great quarterback. He's already preparing himself for it, y'all. I want y'all to know.
We played a good quarterback today, and we played a great team today, so.
What was it like for you seeing Micah in overtime? He tackled Dak when it looked like maybe he was going to get in the end zone. Force the pressure to force you guys to kick a field goal.
Yeah, that was a great play by him. I'm happy for him.
You bitch ass. You're happy for him that he made a play that kept your team from winning the game. Get Trevon Diggs off of my team. Get him off my team.
Sad we ended up in a tie, but that's how the game goes. Thank you.
Thanks, Trey.
I don't want no parts of Trevon Diggs, bro. I don't want no part. Let me tweet this right now. After watching Trevon Diggs interview, trade his ass, man.
Small little things.
Yeah, for sure. And to me, we're close. We're really close. And, that's just not offense. That's as a whole team, Like I said, we were playing complimentary ball for a little bit there. Couple nicks here and there where, we might have a penalty or, we might not have got what we got. But, yeah, I think, going into this week, starting tomorrow, we just got to clean everything up and make sure that we just continue to play complimentary ball for all 4 quarters.
Real quickly, how good do you feel to finally get back in the end zone? I know you've been working for it for a long time.
Yeah, felt great. Yeah, it was a little emotional, but, having my guys with me, it was awesome.
To that end, I guess the Packers, when you was a kid.
Man, I don't even like the Packers, so there was no...
Jake Ferguson shut that shit down immediately, bro. I don't like the Packers. Don't start all that.
It wasn't around that. It was just, the guys in this locker room, being with them and getting in there.
The goofy-ass narrative.
Anything more that you can reveal? So what was the emotion? I assume that was what you meant.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten a lot of from this past year not getting in the end zone. I've said before, it was the first season I've ever never scored, and that goes all the way to like 4th grade youth ball. So yeah, that definitely left a sour taste in my mouth at the end of the year, and then to just finally get in there. But at the same time, like I'm not done.
Who's he gotten the shit from? Is it that he talking about the fans or someone internally?
I don't plan on it being the last time. So
how big of a problem were you in 4th grade youth ball?
I was a quarterback, so
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty lethal.
Schotty was very good about the fact that you believe you guys could win this game, even though you didn't have time to win. What was the belief in this room that you guys could go out and get the job done, even though the whole world was saying, oh, Green Bay's a big favorite?
Yeah, man, we can win any game we want. We just gotta have a great week of prep, lock in, and then when it's time to, step out onto that field, we just got to execute, and we got to play with each other, do your 1/11th, do your job. So I think one of the big things that I bought into in this pregame talk today was, don't just trust yourself to do your job, trust your brother to do your job. And I saw a lot of that today. You do your job, and, might cut a guy back or on defense, and then offense, you're making a block and you trust the running back to make that cut, and that's just what it's all about.
What are the emotions of this room? What are your emotions after a tie? You guys know how to feel right now?
Yeah, I don't know. The best description I could give you, it's kind of preposterous, is it's like kissing your sister. Like, nobody wins. At least it's how it tastes. It's just weird.
What the hell?
Yeah. I think that's the first time I've ever tied.
He says like kissing your sister.
Soccer hasn't tied.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a fan. Yeah, I probably could have played another one of those. Played another OT, battled out. Yep. Thank you, guys.
All right, let's get it.
Dallas Morning News. How unfulfilled are you with this?
Very. Yeah, I mean, you don't play the game for ties. I've told y'all before, I don't care about the stats. I don't care about the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows. I just care about the end result and the win. And so when you don't get that, right now it's tough for me. Guess 10 years in, the first tie I've been a part of, it's hard to kind of wrap my head around it because I know I'd feel a hell of a lot worse if it was a loss.
Yeah.
But I'm not satisfied. Not that I would be if we won, but it's a weird feeling. To what Shotty alluded to, though, I know I heard the end of it, is just like the fight and the resilience of the team, though, staying together, believing in each other, every chance, every opportunity. I mean, I don't know about you, but I thought that last play of regulation before the clock was done then. So,
real talk.
Yeah, just tough to wrap my head around the tie right now, but
Real
a lot that we
man.
can build from, a lot we can grow from. We're still only, four weeks into the season, so we're almost done with this first quarter of it. And we're starting to figure out, I guess, who we are in a sense, on both sides. And it's about playing complementary ball.
And unfortunately, I don't like who we are on defense.
Make sure we get a win and whatever it takes to get a win. And so we didn't do that tonight. That'll be the conversation tomorrow and throughout this next week is doing whatever it takes to win.
What did you guys do to kind of slow down Parsons?
I mean, it goes back to the plan I guess I told you guys on Thursday, right? Like, I mean, it was going to be hands on deck, whether it be the tight ends or whether it be the running backs. And honestly, there was one.
Wow. The media is trifling, bro. They heard Shotty just tell Clarence Hill, old crusty ass, right before Dak got up there, because Dak just heard that it's Hill in the Shotty's presence. They told Clarence Hill ass, hey, we ain't trying to let you know our plan on Micah. And now they're going to ask Dak the same, bro.
Ones and those tackles did their job, stepped up and did what they needed to do, kept them off, kept them away from me. Obviously, I told you I'm playing against a time clock, whether it's Micah or whether it's the rest of those guys, Gary. I mean, they've got a great front up there. And so, yeah, we played on time and got the ball out. Receivers got to their spots that allowed me to play on time. And, yeah, I guess they gave them – I found out half a sack on that last little – that's for y'all storyteller guys. So
yeah, yeah, Dak, yeah. Call that sack, bruh. Call that out, bruh.
It's no sack.
0 yards. That's a sack. It's a sack with 0 yards.
Yeah, they did that for y'all. They did that for y'all for the theatrics of it.
Yep.
For the storyline.
Yep.
Yeah, like a tie.
Yep.
Deal on this Cowboys. You brought up that last play. Did you think you was running it in?
Honestly, honestly, just being honest, I didn't know that was Micah quite on my back. And I didn't think I was going to really, being honest with you, get to the end zone. I was just trying to get as much as I can.
You talked earlier in the week about the trash talk and enjoying playing against him. Was there much talk?
Zero. Not at all. Not at all. Until afterwards, and it was great, good talks afterwards. Staying healthy, great job, fun competing against you. But yeah, no talks happened at all.
One more, and when that incomplete pass in overtime, Clarkson's won. Did you think the game was over?
1,000%. I mean, I thought just the way that they got up to the line. I don't want to say not with urgency because there was some, but then I realized that, hey, they're not spiking this and they're going to take an opportunity at the end zone. And he didn't get it out immediately and the ball hung, especially when it went off of Sanborn's back. Yeah, I thought it was going to hit 0 for sure.
Dak Todd Archer with ESPN. You talked about we're building on, you're starting to figure out who you are. Who are you guys? Who can you be?
Yeah, I mean, we can be explosive. We can be a monster team. We get some stops in the way this offense is playing. Defense slow down just the big plays. I mean, they're playing good defense. It's just big plays here and there that, put them behind. And now their backs against the wall and they're in the red zone. So I've got faith in, obviously, Eberflus and the rest of those guys over there of stopping big plays. And not only that, the way that they rally to the ball, the way that they hustle and the way that they play, the turnovers are going to come as well. I mean, we got the one right there at the end of the half. Almost got the one. I actually didn't see what happened, but with Diggs right there, interception that they keep playing the way that they're playing, rallying the ball. Great effort. The turnovers will come. As we say, turnovers come in bunches. So, and that happens. We've just also got to start faster on offense. We start faster on offense and do things like we've done this week and other than last week, right? We can be explosive team.
How do you not get frustrated when 43 seconds left, you take the lead. You take the lead again in overtime. How does that not, like...
I love it. It's the game. It's the game of football. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
You're playing against the best. And that means you've got to play your best when it's needed. Thankful for these opportunities. As I told y'all before, I guess, right? Like, especially when you've missed ball, when you've been hurt, and you've had to sit there and watch it. You watch games on, watching those college games on Saturday.
I believe in number 4. I ain't gonna lie. I believe in number 4.
All those come down to the wire, and then watch the noon games. Like,
Man, get 'em
you
a
want to be
Super
in those
Bowl
positions. You
again.
don't want to watch just other people execute and be in those positions. And not only that, that just helps you. That experience just makes you better for more of those to come. So it's fun. It's part of it. It's not, sure, I believe in my defense and they're going to stop it and make the play. And sure, if they do or they stop, hold them to a field goal, whatever it is, I'm just thankful that we still have an opportunity to go out there and answer. And this game, I can be mad about the 1 second on the clock. I can be mad that, they drove the ball. But at the end of the day, I'm pissed that we didn't score in the red zone. We had an opportunity to score in the red zone, and we do that. And they're having to, get back on the line again and throw another Hail Mary to the end zone. So not for 1 second am I looking in the defense. I'm a guy that looks inward first and looks at what we need to do and what I need to do to help this team. And if we score in the red zone or start faster, who knows if we're in this position.
You go back to those 3 plays after first and goal in the 5 and look at them and what was there, what wasn't there. I don't know if you saw Ferguson on 3rd down, if you look at it later on the tablet at all.
Yeah, no, I did look at it later. And then when it's on the tablet, just one of those of did it come open late? Obviously I've got other reads and he's more of a check down there. Could I have scrambled? Could I have, extended the play? But also, you got points in your back pocket that you don't, want to extend the play and not do the right thing or give a guy like Micah or Gary, one of those guys, that can back or, chase you down and have a turnover, So I'm not upset with the decision I made by any means, but 100%. And whether it's that or whether it's a 3rd down in the 3rd quarter, there's always plays you look back that you want. And especially when you don't win and even when you win and damn sure when you tie.
Jeff Schottenheimer with The Athletic. You just give us your thoughts on how you thought George Pickens played tonight and just what was working with you guys.
Yeah, no surprises, honestly. Super proud of him. He played just as I expected him to play, and what I was most impressed about is just the way that he was focused and locked in the game, the whole game, and not only just locked in, doing everything that he needed to do and do it right, but just the conversations he's having in the huddle, uplifting other guys, saying the right things to keep guys focused and keep guys staying in the moment and being present. And not only was he saying it, he was doing it himself and being an example and made play after play to big play after play to give us a chance. And whether it's the overtime touchdown, whether it's the touchdown right before overtime, or whether it was overtime catch on the sideline, or early in the game of right before the first touchdown, making that one-on-one on the left sideline. He made plays all night long, and not surprised at all. He's done that all camp. He's done that his whole career, and just having a guy like that, he's going to do more of it.
And then there were a lot of big plays in the passing game, but in particular that one to Jalen Tolbert. Could you just take us through what you saw in that and what you thought of when you saw that he was able to get both feet in bounds?
Yeah, I had a little pressure, got up, right? Went up and then out to my right, and at that point, he was pretty much the only one that was available to throw the ball to, and I saw that how deep they're in the end zone. I knew I couldn't get it all the way there, and so I made a play like that, I guess, a couple years back to CD, and it was just more of like, I'm going to throw this short and towards the sideline where, like, either he's going to get it or nobody's going to get it because I know he's going to react to it first. So I threw it, and the rest was him, honestly. It was a hell of a catch, an amazing job of keeping both feet in bounds. I wasn't quite sure. We planned to do a turbo, get up on the ball just in case, and when you hear from the headset, huddle, you're like, okay, dang, that was for sure a catch then. And then seeing it on the replay, that's a guy that's just been consistent and taking advantage of his opportunities when they've come his way. And especially after a guy like CD goes down, he stepped up huge tonight and wasn't just that catch. It was catches right before overtime. It was all night long that he had great production for us.
What do you hear on the headset then if it's incomplete?
I don't hear anything. We're just obviously going to keep rushing up to try to do our turbo play. But my point is when he said the huddle, that means they must have gotten a view from the coaches or something that it was a for sure catch if we're huddling. So.
Nick Harris, Forward Star Telegram. It had been roughly 10 months since you had played in a live game environment coming into the season. Why do you think you've been able to hit the ground running in these first 4 weeks and evidently no rust really from your game?
I've been playing 10 years.
Yeah, what the
10
hell,
months or
man?
not, and not only that,
why do you think you better hit the ground? Because I'm an all-pro. Because I'm one of the best in the league. Put some respect on Dak, bruh.
When I went out, right, sure, I was already starting my rehab, as soon as the offseason hit, right? But going down in the middle of the season, early in the season I did, right? You have the surgery, and then,
we done seen him do this before.
You take your time off to rest, but then my offseason probably started a lot earlier than anybody else's in the NFL's offseason. So just the work that I put into this, credit Britt, Luke Miller, my PT, and then credit obviously, Shotty, the guys, the receivers, every single receiver that anytime I asked them to come, they showed up. That it's process, and it's the way that I love to work. And I've told you that before. It's something I've got to balance as I get older, right? Trying to outwork everybody, but doing it the right amount of time and making sure I'm not overextending my body. And so I think this just is all the hard work paying off, and going to continue.
Understanding that there's little margin of error when the defense is the bottom scoring in the league, do you kind of think about that week to week? It's like, okay, I'm going to have 100% of my effort each and every week. Not that you wouldn't, but kind of understanding that it's going to take everything from all 11 guys to pull out wins.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about the defense, as you said. It's more of just about like that's who I am for one, and that's what I expect out of the team, and that's what they expect out of themselves. And if I didn't expect that, then the defense should be looking at me, and they should be looking at the offense and what are we doing that the way to play complementary and to be there for your brothers, to make sure that you're not letting them down and you're doing everything in your preparation to have the best game that you can ever have. And so that's the way that I approach it. That's the way that I approach each and every week, whether it's the film study, the practice, or trying to get guys going just throughout the week in the building or at practice. It's about being accountable, and it's about making sure I'm handling my job and taking care of everything that I can. And if I can influence others to do the same, I'm going to do that. And so I think that takes care of itself.
Quick one, we saw you on the sideline dealing with a heating pad on your lower back. Everything good there?
Everything's great. Yeah, just guess getting older. Just things come up a little bit, but I'm fine.
Tommy Yarch, Cowboys.com. When Jake caught that touchdown, it looked like 1,000 pounds got lifted off his back. You kind of embraced him for a little longer. What'd you tell him, and how good was it for him to get back in the end zone?
Yeah, I mean, I just told him I loved him. I was proud of him. I understand that how long it's been for him. And as a guy who wants to contribute, make plays, and help his team win, and even though he's been doing that consistently every game, you want to get in the end zone, right, and help your team that way. And selfishly, you want those touchdowns. So, yeah, as you said, I knew how much of a weight that was lifted off of him, and getting that first one's just going to allow all the rest of them to come. I mean, you go back 2 years ago, the guy was getting touchdowns, at nonstop. So it's a confidence builder for another point, and super just proud of him. It's a guy that, as I said, wants to contribute to this team every which way possible that he can, and that he can. And it was awesome just for him to get back in there, and that won't be the last. I can promise you that.
Garrett Podell, CBS Sports Stack. A lot of people compare your hot start to 2020. Is this the best kind of start to the season you feel like you've had?
I mean, I don't know if a 1-2-1 record would
Nah,
say
for
that.
real though. Dak is cold, bro. The fact that he started off the season like this, and we're having to ask the question, is this his best start, lets you know how great this dude has been, bro.
And I don't like to compare anything to the 2020 season. Lastly, I just want to keep playing the way that I'm playing and really get get better every week.
With 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, no picks, you passed Tony Romo for the most such games in franchise history. What does that mean as you continue and you're starting to become number one in the Cowboys record books for a lot of things?
It's awesome. It's something I never take for granted. It's not something that I'm patting myself on the back for. But it's something that I understand the history before me. I understand the players who have come before me, and it's an honor. But at the end of the day, I want to win games, and I want to chase, Roger and Troy and the accomplishments that they have.
Hey, Dak, Patrick Walker, Cowboys.com. A couple questions. One, circling back to George. The chemistry between you guys, both of you guys have talked about it throughout the offseason, but especially this week coming into this game and seeing how it manifested out there. Talk about the level of chemistry and trust required for you to throw the ball that you threw to him in double coverage, knowing that he would come down with it.
Yeah, I mean, the guys, that's what he's done. I mean, that's when I say, look at his film and look at his resume, whether it's just been in the months that he's been here or the time he's had in Pittsburgh.
That was a ballsy throw, I ain't gonna lie.
That's what he does. That's who he is, and that's what allows that
Dak
chemistry.
had a couple of throw of the year type candidates in this game. I ain't gonna lie.
To grow is when I get a guy who I've seen on film make play after play, and then he shows up here and he's not missed a beat, and he's getting better. He's getting older through experience and more mature. That trust just only grows more, and the chemistry is just going to expedite that whole process. And he's a hell of a player, and he loves football, and that's what I love most about George. He's a guy who loves football. He's a hell of a teammate, and he's always locked in, whether he's getting the ball or not in the past games when CD was here, or now he's the number one and he's being called upon. He embraces that role and that responsibility, and as I said, just the language and the things he was talking in the huddle. Proud of him.
As far as, obviously, it goes without saying, you guys don't want to ever be without a guy like CeeDee Lamb. But when you lose a guy like that, to see the long list of guys that helped George step up, Cavante, Jalen Tolbert, Jake Ferguson, what does that do for their confidence going forward, knowing that they can contribute at those?
Ron Flournoy, I know you missed him there. No,
yeah,
it's okay. But
Ron Flournoy.
Those are guys who have been itching for their opportunity, honestly. When you've got a guy like CeeDee and you've got a guy like George, there's only one ball there when you're speaking about two of those great players, right? And so those other guys, are like, well, whether they can get crumbs, whatever it is, they're ready to make plays and opportunities. And so when you lose a guy like that, all you're getting is these hungry men and playmakers who are saying that I can be a guy too. And so I think that's just what you're going to see is in a guy like Flo, a guy like JT, Terp telling you I'm not just a returner. You know, JT, you know, whether he led the team in touchdowns last year or not, that's not a fluke. And he's trying to, you know, continue to prove himself and show that he can be a big time receiver in this league. And then Flo, who's had limited opportunities, who's going to try to take advantage of each and every one of them. And they all did that tonight. And super proud of their effort. Big time catches late, big time catches when it was needed, and great routes and getting to their spots. And what I'm going to just preach and just make sure these guys understand that's one game. And we've got to make sure that we go into practice with the same attitude of getting better, and we've got to do it each and every week. So that's just the start of it, but proud of
where
them.
this team is headed. I like the trajectory of our team, yo. I like the trajectory of our team.
Mike Leslie, WFA, just to drill a little further on Turpin in particular. He made a couple plays tonight. He's made some plays this season that seem to anyway have shown some real growth from him at the wide receiver position. How have you seen that element of his game develop, and what are some of maybe the finer points that you've seen?
Yeah, the finer points is his route running. And not only that, him understanding that, like, people are scared of his speed, and speed wins. You know, you talk about speed, and everybody thinks, like, right, a guy like Tyreek Hill, right? And why does he do what he does? It's because he has uncanny speed. Like, it's tough to find that type of speed, quickness, agility, and Terp is the same way. And so when he's out there and a guy has him one-on-one, he's scared. And that's also what allows me to know to anticipate throws with Terp and trust, as you know, he has that little speed burst that is almost like an indicator. And he's just going to continue to get better the more opportunities that he gets.
Dak, talking to the defense tonight, you just got a lot of guys in there that are frustrated, right? I mean,
Say again?
You got a lot of guys talking to the guys in the locker room on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of guys are frustrated right now as far as just, you know, like a couple guys said, we shouldn't lose when we put up 40 points, right? You as a leader, you as, you know, been here, done that. What is your role in keeping this defense, keeping these guys focused or not too high, not too low when y'all are balling, but the defense is struggling?
Yeah, locker room talk. Make sure that they're not finger pointing, making sure that they're being accountable. Almost trying to get them to answer their own questions, you know, whether they're frustrated and they're saying certain things, you know, almost ask them why, and, you know, look in the mirror and ask yourself why that and why again. So ultimately is to make sure that there's no finger pointing, and, you know, that they continue to trust one another and build on whatever trust that they have in one another.
Right.
I'm not in their meetings, you know, I don't know their calls, and I can't, you know, hold somebody accountable to not making the right call or communicating. So it's about making sure that they're staying positive and keeping their heads up and believing in themselves and understanding that not only me, but this offense and this team has their back. So I'd be damned if they get down on themselves. We need them. And if they do get down on themselves, that's a selfish act, excuse me. So
I like that.
It's about making sure that they're staying positive and understanding that they control it. And whether it's one guy or two guys or the communication of all.
This right here is an example of why Dak Prescott is the type of leader that he is, by the way, because he's a better man than me. I'll be ready to throw hands with somebody in that locker room.
11, they control what they go out there and they do.
Two things. You said you're chasing Troy and
Bro, Clarence always got multiple questions.
You passed Troy for the most completions in franchise history.
Oh, that's.
You do that. Secondly, Jerry said that you're showing why he paid you. You know, that you're playing the best football of your career because you're indispensable. Can you talk about why are you playing so well right now?
Yeah, the work that I've put in, honestly, and not only that, just the experience on top of it. I know I told you about that in training camp. Like, experience is the best teacher in whatever it is that you're doing in life, and especially in this game. I mean, you ask some of these older quarterbacks or these guys who have played longer, and that's why a lot of us, these quarterbacks think that they can play until their 40s because you're getting better as you get older because the way that you're seeing things, the quickness in recognizing the defense or their blitzes or what they're trying to give you that allows you to play ahead of it. And so that on top of me working, being healthy, and having trust in my teammates and the play calling, I think it's all of it combined, and it's not, you know, just me. I mean, you go out there and look, I miss throws, right? Like, I'm never satisfied with whatever performance that I put out there. And so I'm just thankful to play this game and the peace that this game brings me. I would never want to cheat it. And so it's about just trying to get better at it each and every day.
What the play call? Talk about shot of the game he called tonight, being guts and the fourth down call late.
Yeah, hell of a game. Hell of
How
a,
many questions? You just asked three. You said couple. You just asked three, bro.
Play call there, right? And not only there, just throughout the game, made some crucial play calls, and not only that, giving me some opportunity to get to some plays that, you know, I felt comfortable in, or the guys on the sideline felt comfortable in as we were talking about them. Just the trust in that is to be able to, I wouldn't say draw something up, but pull something out that we haven't worked in all off season, or excuse me, all week, and have the trust in calling that we're going to go out there and we're going to execute it. He's continuing to call a hell of a game, and feels great for us when we're rolling. You know, to go and put that 95-yard drive together, I think was the start of all of it, right? And you just see the play actions, the run, the commitment to the run on that drive, right? And then getting down there and throwing a touchdown, or I think that might have been the rushing touchdown, right? Just putting everything that we've practiced and everything on his play sheet, calling it, and I think that's a huge part of it.
You've played two extra quarters in 4 weeks. as a team? How does that impact as the season goes on? Maybe not you, but or the team. I mean,
We've got 2 more quarters of experience than other people, other than, the
like
2 teams that we played. So I think I would hope that's how guys take it. We're a young team. Talking about not being complacent, I hope guys aren't looking for, rest this week or however we've got to, or, oh, that was a tough game. Hell yeah, it was a tough game. The NFL's tough, and next week's going to be tough too. So honestly, that's it. Just 2 more quarters of experience. And so, and as well as, I got you, as well as just the confidence building and understanding that you have the resiliency to play 70 minutes, right? And that when it goes into overtime, having this experience is going to make us feel better if we get into another overtime game, whenever it is, that we're going to do the right things and then we're going to come out with the win.
Last one.
Right before y'all converted the 4th down, on that 3rd down, Micah had come around with some wild hands. You stepped up just in time before he was able to potentially slap it away. Did you feel him there, or was it kind of a right move, right time type of situation?
I mean, I'm sure I felt him if I moved up, to be honest with you. I mean, that just is the playing the game and, trusting what you feel and understanding the move. Once again, I wasn't necessarily sure, and it's not clicking in my head. It's Micah. What's clicking in my head is the coverage and the reads and where I need to go with the ball. So, yeah, I mean, he actually told me after the game, when you watch this film, you're gonna be lucky you're on your shit, is what he said. And I'm like, why? And he's like, you'll see. And so, once again, it's not just.
Look at Micah, bro. Micah, shut up. Look at him, bro. Yeah, we watch this film, you're gonna be lucky. Man, shut the hell up, bro. You ain't do nothing the whole game. Shut your ass up, bro.
Me, it was credit to the offensive line, it was credit to the tight ends, running backs,
that
everybody.
Mickey ass
Once again,
sack.
not just Micah. That whole pass rush of having all hands on deck, and then lastly, credit to the receivers and making sure they're hitting their spots, their routes, and getting to the right within the right time clock so we can play
fucking
fast.
goofball.
In that conversation.
For Micah, yeah, I just told him, proud of him. Just stay healthy and stay at it. And he said he'd see me again.
Man, screw Micah. All right, y'all. That was the last of the player interviews, last of our week 4 sounds, man. Let me know down in the comments below what stood out to you. What stood out to me is I love my quarterback. I love my head coach. I love my new defensive tackle, Kenny Clark. I don't like Diggs. Get Diggs off my team. And how? Them Cowboys. How about the Cowboys?
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.